and I still don't understand why he didn't start the game with 2 recognised strikers.
And this is the other thing
How?
I thought was absolutely barmy, and it's something I've said to you and a couple of other people since the game. I look at Celtic and I don't know what their style of play is. I don't know what sort of team they are when they attack. I don't know what they try to do. I don't know what they were trying to do on Saturday. Like, what
Not
was
one
their,
shot on target, David. Not
even
one shot
before
on
that,
target.
What was their aim? Like, how were they planning on getting up the pitch and creating chances? Who were they trying to... The amount of times Klimala came deep to pick up the ball. If you're going to play Elyounoussi, Elyounoussi the guy that comes deep to the ball.
I said the exact thing watching the game.
And goes in behind.
Exact same thing I kept saying.
And if you start to get up the park, you put Klimala on the shoulder and you hit the channels and get the team up. It's basics, but Celtic just needed they needed periods of pressure in Rangers' third of the pitch, and they didn't get that first half at all.
Not at all.
You know, and if it gets to the stage where you have to just play long for Klimala, get him up and get everyone up the park, then do that. But I just don't know what the plan was. They were out of ideas after 20 minutes.
Aye, after the Elyounoussi chance, I didn't see anything from the Celtic side that looked promising. It looked like we were playing with any intent. Rangers, let me switch to them for a minute and give them the credit they deserve. They came into that game with 100% of the mentality to win. They knew what they were coming to do. Celtic were outmatched in every sense of the word in terms of on the park, technical ability on the ball, and especially up here in their Norgans. Rangers just looked so much more mentally prepared for the game than what Celtic did. Celtic didn't know what to do. We went down 1-0 and you're like, okay, surely there's a plan of action from here to bounce back into the game. No,
there was
nothing. Anyway, it gets to 2-0 down. That's why I don't get it, man. You're 2-0 down. What, they scored, I think, something like the 55th minute. They scored 55 minutes into the game. And they go 2-0 down. Celtic are doing 2-0. We didn't move forward with it at all, man. We're still passing it between the feet to back. The most touches made by Celtic players was the free back centre halves. That was the most touches we had in the park. We're 2-0 down.
Unless the ball got to McGregor's feet, they weren't driving forward. What was I going to say there?
2-0, and they just do nothing. It's baffling the more I think about it.
This is just kind of validated everything I've been saying in terms of Rangers and Old Firms. They've, for so long there, for the last 5-6 games, they've had a clear plan, and Celtic haven't been able to cope. Even games Celtic have won, they've not been able to cope with the midfield, especially. The Rangers are just, the intensity is just much more. It seems like they want it more. That's what it came down to me on Saturday. They looked like they wanted it so much more than Celtic did. There was a period.
And I think that reflected in not just the players in the part, but even Neil Lennon himself. Every time they kind of switch the cameras over to Lennon at the touchline, and I know it's Lennon's style nowadays is sit in that chair and take his snooze and move on, but it just looked like he knew he was defeated. I think he knew tactically and mentally that the team were beat on the park and off the park, and it reflected in every single camera cut there was between a player in the park and between Neil Lennon and the bench as well. I think that there just looked like to be a severe lack of that. You know, we're meant to be the serial winners. You know, I've called us that. Many people have called us that. Pundits have called us that. Celtic are meant to be those serial winners, and there was no sign of that there on Saturday. Rangers looked like the team who are just off the back of winning 10 straight trophies.
I tell you what, it looked to me like Rangers were the team who had a real motivation, something to strive for, whereas it looked to me like Celtic were a team who, it's weird to say this, but it looked like they were a team feeling the pressure, which is bizarre because that's the one massive compliment you can get from Celtic over the last 5 years is they don't feel the pressure. Even when they get beat, they bounce back. But it looked to me on Saturday, there was a period with Scott Brown, I think it was the first half or start the second half, where it looked like there was a 5-10 minute period where his plan for the game was try and get Morelos sent off. He just kept trying to niggle at Morelos. That seemed to be the plan. Like, that's what it came to for Celtic. I don't know what else they were trying to do. And even when Ayeti and Griffiths came on, not an awful lot changed from them.
Nah, nothing changed.
They still didn't really
not one thing
change how they wanted to play, which I don't know what was in the first place. One really striking comment I saw on Twitter I think it was yesterday, about Steven Gerrard and Neil Lennon. Steven Gerrard has made some really average players into good players. Name one player Neil Lennon's improved at Celtic.
Right, you're talking about his first tenure or right now? This tenure.
Which player has been there since the start and has got better under his management?
Honestly, off the top of my head, that's a hard one, innit? You know, you can't. I suppose.
I don't think there's one.
Jeremy Frimpong.
Yeah, he brought him in though. He did
somebody who's there under Rodgers.
If you look at the Rangers, you look like Ryan Jackson proved under Steven Gerrard. There's plenty of them.
But then again, like how much better could the players get than Neil Lennon has? And I'm not saying that's an excuse for the way they've been playing. I'm not saying, but like I think that
Brendan Rodgers got the absolute. He made everyone better.
But I think he's got the absolute best out of the boys that he left. I think that it's hard to get.
Lennon could have got more out of this group of players.
To this point of this season, absolutely. I think he's done everything he can though with them in the past, up until the season was curtailed there. Nothing was done wrong.
It seems to me like Lennon's plan is, I've got good players, they'll win the game.
You do get that impression. You do get that impression
of it. Pitch, they're good enough to win the game.
Aye.
Go and do what you do.
But then again, the board is back to them, man. Like, we've spent money this summer. There's been great. We all sat down and said, arguably, this is Celtic's best transfer window of the last 10 years, and that's still the way they're playing in the park. I don't get what the question is. The real question is, where does Celtic go from here? Because that performance, right, that is the start of a run that's just going to see us play AC Milan, it's going to see us play Lille, and it's going to see us play Aberdeen twice, and Hibs as well. And that's our next 5 games, right? That performance for me does not look like a performance that Celtic are ready to bounce back from. That, like, they're 4 from 4. 4 wins from 4. They're Aston Villa, the bloody Serie A right now. Yeah. But this team, that performance on Saturday, to me, is not a team who look as though they're ready to bounce back. That to me was the performance at the start of a decline, and that is really worrying. I don't know where the confidence is with the boys. I don't know where Neil Lennon stands, and I don't know where the players stand with Neil Lennon as well. I don't know how they're looking at him now. Like, do you think they've got belief in Lennon? Do you think they've got a sense of
describe like what Neil Lennon is as a coach? What a Neil Lennon team looks like? Mm-hmm. What would you say the key characteristics of a Neil Lennon team?
Aggression. A wee bit of thunder, the whole part of the Neil Lennon when he came back in 2010, was he brought the thunder back.
Right, okay, but what does that actually entail apart from a buzzword? Like, how does he do that? Is it
no? But that's the point I'm about to move. The point I'm moving on to, all the things you expect from a Neil Lennon side in terms of on the park, going forward with the ball, attacking. Yes, attacking.
But how do they attack?
Mate, that's what he's not there now. It's not there. I don't know.
Like, that's why to me it looks like his whole idea is.
But I don't get where has it went wrong between March when the season ended and now, because we were scoring goals for fun back in January, February, March. We were unbelievable. We were so good in that system. We had Griffiths and Edouard tearing it up together. Where has it gone wrong in a few months?
That's what it is. Griffiths and Edouard are no longer tearing it up together. Neither of them are tearing it up.
But it's like, I know not there. They too
comes back to my point. The fact he was relying on the players.
They two aren't there, right? They two aren't there. But behind them, you have got the exact same, if not a better side, to do something forward with the ball, and nothing is getting done. The playmakers are doing nothing.
Because that's down to him to find a system and a strategy and a style to get the best out of the players. Mm-hmm. He's not doing that for me. And this is what I'm going to say. Neil Lennon is not the right man for taking Celtic forward. I don't give a shit if he wins 10 in a row.
I honestly expect this. If he wins, or if he does not win 10 in a row, he's not going to be there next year if he wins 10 in a row. I think he'll walk. I do think he'll go.
Like, Celtic are not going to go forward with Neil Lennon.
No.
They're just not. They might maintain where they've been. It's not going to get any better.
No.
Like, in terms of, like, if you're going to...
It's definitely peaked. I think it peaked at kind of last season. I think when we won the League Cup, we went forward, ran away with the league, and then had that chance to win the Scottish Cup. That was the peak of where I think Lennon will ever get now. I think it's all down from there, mate. All down from there.
And everyone's like, I've heard this argument sometimes, if you get rid of him, who comes in? Well, the whole point of it is this should have been foreseen when they gave him the job in the first place. What was it? They gave it him in the shower post-match.
Yep. It hurts.
Fuck me.
Aye.
They didn't even do an interview process for the job. The biggest.
Trust me. If you dig deep and hard and long enough, you will find my tweet post Scott. This might be one of the happiest days of my life. This is maybe me out celebrating a treble for God's sake, right? And the exact tweet I put up is, now that Neil Lennon's got the job, he can kiss 10 in a row, bye. I did not have an ounce of faith in him. And then he proved me wrong last year, and now I stick by him and I want him to do well. But I still want to tell you, who does actually lead us forward from here? If he was to get sacked today, if it was to come out from Peter Law and the Celtic board that Lennon has been sacked today, who genuinely is taking over that job? People are sitting shouting Eddie Howe. It's not going to be Eddie Howe. It's not going to be Eddie Howe. It's not. Genuinely. I don't know why Eddie Howe would look at the position that Celtic are in right now and see interest in the job.
I'm not actually sitting here saying he's the guy, because I'm not entirely sure he would be.
Aye.
But there are a whole host of managers. It doesn't have to be somebody who's not got a club, by the way. That's not.
Rafa Benitez, I suppose, still another shout as well. Apparently there was interest from him.
I don't think he'll go anyway.
I don't think Lennon's going to get sacked. That's the point of all of this, and me saying all of this, is Lennon's not going to get sacked unless we get to December and we are in a position where Rangers are, say, 6-7 points clear. Yeah. We don't look as though we're improving, then he'll go.
Is that they've already made the mistake and they made it 18 months ago.
But that's the thing, right? I understand that point. I really do hear that. And we all for it. The majority of Celtic fans for it. Probably apart from the people over the age of 40, 50 who were happy with the appointment of Neil Lennon. Everybody below there, everybody didn't want Neil Lennon. None of my pals wanted Lennon in. Nobody I follow on Twitter wanted Lennon in. It was a general consensus. But the last year it changed everything. Was it a mistake when last year we went and won the league by 13 points? Did it look like a mistake then? Where has it just gone on? It's only the last 6 months.
a Lennon masterclass. I think like.
Well, he changed, but that's the thing. He changed it. He changed it though. But that's that mentality though that everybody's always had. That's the English mentality. Oh man, my nan could go and win the league with Celtic. That's that mentality.
If Derek McInnes was in charge of Celtic last season, do you think they would have not won?
No, absolutely not. No,
they would have still won the league.
No,
yeah?
no,
you don't think so?
No, not a chance. No, not a chance. No.